Ahoy folks, and welcome back to Broadside Gaming with me, Zug. So we are looking at more builds today, and we are on the Veteran. We are obviously starting off with one of my favourite builds, which is the Plasma build. So let's jump in and see what we are using. We are currently using an Assault Chainsword, the Mark X 13G. Flak, Unarmored, Savage Sweeps, and Rampage is basically a horde clearing weapon. We don't give a crap about mobility on this channel, so it's always our dump stat. Savage Sweeps and Rampage, very, very good for horde clearing, as you can see, when hitting at least 3 enemies, both of them proc. Flak being the most prevalent armor type in the game, and Unarmored is just going to help us clear through those nasty, nasty hordes. This doesn't mean you can't use any other weapon. You can basically use whatever the hell you want or like, because it will not make or break this build. I just find the Assault Chainsword very good at what it does, which is horde clear. Next up, we have the Plasma Gun, the M35 Magna Core. And actually, what's I want to look at? They still haven't put in another mark. It's been a while. I thought I'd check, So, what are we doing with the other things? I've forgotten what I call them. Call them something different in every video. The modifiers, that's what I'm going to call them now. So what we're doing, we are using damage, charge rate, stopping power, and thermal resistance, and ammo is our dump stat, because we do need all the other stats to make this thing work. Perk-wise, we are going for Flak and Unyielding. This is going to help us pop those specials and also lay down damage into big, nasty Gribblies. For example, Plogrins and Beasts of Nurgle. Blessings-wise, I'm still using Gets Hot and Rising Heat. Critical hit chance scales by your current heat level up to 10%. Also increases critical range attacks damage by 10%. And Rising Heat, which is up to 20% strength, scaling with heat level. Again, if you want to change these blessings to something you prefer, you can. This is not going to make or break the build. Next up, we have the Curios. We are using a 1 health, 2 toughness setup, as we usually do. I have got stamina regen on these because I actually quite like being able to move, block, and dodge, but you can get rid of those if you want some more survivability. You can change the stamina regeneration to Gunner Resist and Sniper Resist. Both are very good options. I do have hundreds of goddamn Curios in here with all of them, most of them actually with Gunner Resist on them. So yeah, don't feel like you have to put stamina regen on these. This is just something I am trying out and have been trying since the Arbites came out, as stamina seems to be slightly more important now than it used to be. But yeah, don't feel like you have to put them on there. Just change them to Gunner Resist or Sniper Resist, or a mix of both, as Gunners are terrifying. But we are using a mix between toughness and health. 2 toughness, 1 health. And they're basically all set up exactly the same. Right, that is the gear. Let's take a look at the talents. So we're going to start off over here on the left. Exhilarating Takedown, replenish 15% toughness and gain 10% toughness damage reduction for 8 seconds on ranged weak spot kills, stacking 3 times. This goes from people saying it's broken to not broken, and they have done for 3 years. I'm just going to assume it's not broken at the moment. Confirmed Kill, replenish 10% toughness, on elite or specialist enemy kill, and a further 20% over 10 seconds. Long Shot, deal 10% range damage to targets within 12.5 meters and up to 25% range damage to targets further away. Maximum bonus at 30 meters. We are taking then Close Order Drill because we have to, and then into the Crack Grenade. Now, if you've seen any of my Zealot guides, you can now take any of these as you wish. There is not having to go down any side of the tree in any particular order. They are all there for your choosing. I prefer the Crack Grenade because I like to have something in my back pocket to deal with big hordes of crushers and the like. And also they're really good for laying down huge amounts of damage on monstrosities. The Shredder Frag Grenades are very good, especially for laying around bleeds, killing hordes, and also slightly stunning because they do have a slight stun effect when they go off. And the Smoke Grenade, I just don't like it. And that's that. Next up, we've got the Toughness Boost, and then we're picking up all 3 here: Superiority Complex, Iron Will, and Trench Fighter. Or Trench Fighter Drill, if you want to actually, read it properly. This is a point we can take out. We do not need this for the build to work. This is just something to make it slightly easier for us to deal with hordes. Next up, we've got Get Back in the Fight, and we've got Catch a Breath. And then we're going into the auras. Again, the same as with the Blitz abilities. You can pick whichever one you want. It makes no difference. Survivalist is just useful to try and hamper the old, running out of ammo, because people still just run after boxes and ammo pickups even when they don't need them. It's still happening and people still do it, and it's incredibly annoying. But there you go. Survivalist will help you with that. Fire Team just gives flat damage. And Close and Kill gives you some movement speed. None of them are terrible. They're just, pick what you want. Then we are taking all 3 Grenadier talents. We're taking the extra grenade with the 20% chance to throw an additional grenade. We're taking Demolition Stockpile, which replenishes our grenades, which means we don't have to fight people for grenades. And also Grenade Tinkerer, which is going to make our grenades better. Crack gets 75% more damage, Frag gets 25% more damage, and Radius and Smoke Grenade is just still shit. Next up, we have Voice of Command, the ability I take in every single one of these veteran videos because it's great, and also I miss playing Kruber. This replenishes your toughness and staggers all enemies around you within 9 meters. Base cooldown is 30 seconds, and Duty and Honor... Sorry, somebody keeps banging on my door, and it's incredibly annoying. Duty and Honor, Voice of Command now also provides you and your allies incoherency with a plus 50 toughness for 10 seconds that can exceed your maximum toughness, which is like a little bit of an overshield for you. Then, let's jump into the left side first. We're going to take the ranged damage into precision strikes for the weak spot damage. This is massive. I would never miss this if you can avoid it. Fully loaded for some more ammo, then into a toughness damage reduction, and then into Kill Zone. Plus 15% base range damage when you have avoided melee attacks for 8 seconds. This is a lot better than it used to be, which was no enemies near you, which was quite difficult. This is just don't get hit. Or at least don't get hit by a melee attack. You can still get shot, that's fine. And then we've got the middle. We're going to take the +1 stamina because we have to. Then to Born Leader. Allies and Coherency replenish 20% of any toughness that you replenish, which is a lot. And your coherency radius increased by 50%. Tactical Awareness plus 100% cooldown regeneration for 3 seconds on specialist enemy kill. Rending Strikes gives 10% rending to all weapons. And then we've got Bring It Down, plus 20% damage to Ogryns and Monstrosities. And then our Keystone, which is Focus Target. Gain Focus Target every 1.5 seconds, stacking 4 times. Tagging an enemy applies the Focus Target stacks to them, causing them to take 5% additional damage for each stack, and resets your Focus Target to 1 stack. Increases the stacks to 6, and then if an enemy you have targeted dies, grant 2.5% damage for each stack of focus applied. Very, very simple build. Tag something, shoot it. I've got my tag on C because it felt awkward on the other one. But it does also give you a big damage boost against whatever you're aiming at. Now, the plasma gun, as you can see, the heat is rising, which means you need to make sure it doesn't hit 100, otherwise it will explode and it will kill you. But there are some cool stuff you can do with the plasma gun. As you can see here, let's watch the reload. Oh my god, it's so slow. But what we can do is we can animation cancel that, which is what we're going to do. So, you've used some ammo. What are we going to do with that? Well, you hit reload. And you see it twist, and sprint. You see the twist, hit sprint, and you see the twist, hit sprint, and it skips all of that nasty, nasty animation. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it. Twist and sprint. See the twist, then you sprint. See the twist, and then you sprint. Every time you see it twist, it is your indicator that you can hit shift to just sprint, and it will cancel the rest of the animation. Let's do it again. Twist and sprint. Twist and sprint. See the twist and you can sprint. There you go. Makes it a lot easier to deal with. You can even make the middle one a little bit quicker, but it does sometimes freak out and just decide it's not going to do it. Let's just waste some more ammo. We'll show you again. Twist. Now the middle one, you can make the middle one a lot quicker. There you go. You can actually do it a lot quicker now. Maybe they've just given up on trying to fix it. There you go. See, if you do it too quickly, it will make you do it again. Just play with it, you know. See how far you can take it. The middle one seems, as soon as you put the battery in it now, you can skip it. Yeah, so the middle one you can do even faster. That it didn't used to be like that, or at least I didn't think it used to be like that. But there you go. It's even quicker now. But that is how you animation cancel it. And when you're using the plasma gun, you don't always have to charge it. Most things, especially if you're using the tag method, you will just be able to one-shot with a quick shot to the head. Which is what generally you want to be aiming for with this, because, you know, you get the plus 30% increased weak spot damage, and generally you're a veteran, so you want to try and pop those heads. But like on a mauler, sometimes it's not guaranteed if you're going to kill it. So what we'll do is we let the stacks stack up. We shall tag him, and there you go, only 50%, but you can always charge it. Just make sure you're cooling down the weapon in between. I do like that they've just given up on trying to fix the animation cancel. So it's literally, you can just... So as soon as you see your hand, as soon as the battery's in and you see your hand move, you don't have to wait for the twist now. It used to be, many moons ago when you're doing this. Yeah, you see, as soon as you see the hand move on the second cancel, you can do it. It used to be you had to wait until you see the hand twist and then you could cancel it. But apparently you can do it even quicker now. So that's great. We've all learned something. Hooray for us. But yeah, as I said, with the chainsword, it's literally there just to get you out of tight spots with hordes. I mean, I wouldn't go toe-to-toe with a Rager if you didn't have to, but you can deal with them quite easily, especially if you rev the sword up and just go for it. Like, you may be a veteran, but you can still do quite decent melee damage when you're in a pinch. See? It's not terrible. So don't think you can't just switch to melee if you don't, you know, if you're stuck. I mean, I wonder how much damage it does on the old tagging. Wait, I don't think that was fair. I think I shot him a little bit beforehand. So let's try that again. I mean, it's not bad. It's like half, 55% of his health. Yeah, 2 heavy strikes. I mean, it's not terrible. And this is on Auric difficulty, as it always is with the when I'm in the Snikenarium. But yeah. And I know a lot of you people who've been playing this for years, you don't need this information. You already know this. This is also for people who are just getting into the game, especially with a new class on the horizon. We will have an influx of new and returning players. So I do like to share old information if you need to. And also, crack grenades, like I said, they're just very, very good for dealing with Ogrins who are being annoying. But yeah, choose whichever grenade you want. Doesn't make a difference. Just don't pick the smoke grenade. It's really annoying. Anyway, that's a veteran build for you. I hope it has been insightful. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do like and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications, and I shall see you all for the next one. So until then, take it easy, and I'll see you later.